Welcome back to Things That Fun. I am John, and today I'm going to be doing a plastic dip on my wheels, on my rims. I wanted something, I really like the style of my wheels. They're aftermarket. I got them a long time ago. I had them custom made, the bolt pattern and everything, and the offset custom made for my Esprit. But I do want to update the look a little bit. I was playing around with Photoshop, and here's an example of what I'm looking to get. I know it won't be exactly like this, but I want to darken them a bit. Ideally, I want to have the centers kind of a titanium metallic, a dark metallic titanium, and then the lip still chromish, aluminumish, I guess if that's a word, but with a darker color to it. So here's what I've got, what I purchased to try to get this effect. So first of all, I got the black Plasti-Dip that I'm going to use for the base coat on the center, and then a titanium type metallizer to go over that. I also have, I couldn't find locally the tint, Plasti-Dip tint, smoke tint, but I found a Rust-Oleum brand. It'll probably work fine. And then I've got the glossifier. My plan is to use the tint on the lip of the rim and the black and metallizer on the centers, and maybe some metallizer over the tint color on the rims, on the lips, and then I might try a glossifier over the whole thing. Here's what I'm talking about. So I want to keep this more chromish looking. It's polished aluminum with a clear coat on it already, and then this is painted. And I've got some nicks and stuff on here that hopefully this will make it look a lot cleaner. So what I'm thinking of doing is painting the outer lip first and trying something on that, and I won't worry about overspray on the center on this piece, because one thing I found was when you do Plasti-Dip and it's an edge and you tape it off and you pull the tape off after, it can peel the edge up. You have to peel it off while it's wet. Peel the tape off while it's wet. So I'm going to spray this. I'll mask off around the wheel and the tire using some cards, and pull those off after I spray. But I'm not going to worry about masking this off. I don't care if I get overspray on this, because I'm going to go over it again, and it's going to be really easy to block off the edge. I mean, these cards will fit right around once I spray this and it's dry. I can put those all the way around and spray it, and it'll be easy to take off. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to pull the wheel off. It's going to be kind of tedious. I'm not going to do it on the car. I'm going to pull the wheel off, each one, and clean them really well, and then spray them, because I want to spray from the back as well, because this is kind of a silver color. I want to make sure that that's blacked out as well. So first thing I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do one first. I don't know. I may pull them all off. We'll see. But I'm going to pull them off and clean them, and I'll show you what I'm going to use. So I got this stuff a long time ago. When I did my engine rebuild, I pulled the gas tanks out. Lotus Esprit gas tanks are known to get rust and rust out on them. Fortunately, this car's been garaged most of its life. So when I pulled the gas tanks out, there was no rust at all. I didn't need to resurface them or anything. But anyway, I bought a kit that is for redoing gas tanks, especially on the inside, and it came with this. And this is some amazing stuff. It cleans so well. So I've got it in a spray bottle. I'm going to use this to degrease it really well before I spray it. So, in a matter of fact, this will have to dry really well after I wash all these. So I may have to wash them, leave them overnight to dry, and then spray them later. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done tonight. So we'll see. I'll get started tonight. All right, they're all cleaned up, and they look really good cleaned up, especially with the interior of the rim like that cleaned up. I mean, I try that when I wash the car, but you can't get it as clean, obviously, with them on the car. So I mean, it's kind of late here. Normally I would bring out my leaf blower and blow these out, but I'm sure my neighbors would not appreciate that. So I think what I'm going to do is just roll them around and get them as much water off as I can out here, and then I'm going to move them inside the garage and fire up my air compressor with the garage door closed, and I'll use my air compressor to blow out all the nooks and crannies. See how dry I can get it that way. I'll probably leave them lined up overnight with a fan blowing on them just to dry them off. I don't know. I mean, I could probably get the lip dry enough tonight to try that. So I may do that. We'll see. See how, at least get that done. See how dry I can get it. But we'll see. All right, I've got the wheels pretty dry. Got a fan set up on them just to blow them off a little bit more. I used the air compressor and cleaned out or blew out all the crevices and all the little divots and stuff. But before I was going to go ahead and just start spraying the lip just to see what it was going to look like. But I think I'm going to use this piece of aluminum. It's very similar, and try a couple different combinations with a different Plasti-Dip and see what works best. I'm probably going to try some of the smoke, kind of clear smoke Plasti-Dip. I'm going to try the metallizer by itself. I'm going to try the metallizer over the smoke, and maybe another combination. I may try some of the glossifier as well, just to see what the different effects are. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then hopefully I'll be able to pick out which one I want to use for the lip. I'm pretty set that the center is going to be black with the metallizer over it, but I want to see about the lip because I want to keep some of the aluminum still showing on the lip, but darker. So I'm going to do some samples on this and see what works best. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to try is the tint. It's a peel coat, same as the Plasti-Dip. You peel it off, but it's just a tint. It's made for like tinting tail lights and stuff, but we're going to see. Alright, so I can tell that the smoke isn't really doing much. Probably take a ton of coats to get a really good effect, but the metallizer looks good. I put it on a little heavy, so it's built up there a little bit. So I think that's what I'm going to do with the lip. Kind of make it a titanium colored, darker than what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and put the cards around it and get to work. And again, I'm not going to be worried about overspray on the center part. It's going to be covered with black anyway. Well, I've already run into a snag. So I had a little bit of overspray from this one on the lip. I tried to wipe it off, and it just, anytime you put any more Plasti-Dip over any old Plasti-Dip, it makes it very liquidy and doesn't wipe off. So I think I'm going to put the cards back around the outside and just go with black on the whole thing. I'm not real happy with the way the lip turned out anyway. So I'll just put the black over the metallizer that's already on the lip. Then I might experiment with leaving the lip or the center unmetallized and see how that does. So anyway, we'll move the cards and carry on. Okay, this has the final coat on it. I'm going to leave it to dry overnight and then do the metallizer in the morning. Every time I put a coat on, I think I screwed up something because it looks so horrible, but then once it dries, it levels out. But so anyway, in between coats, I actually lifted or set the tire on the side or set it up straight and did the inside. So the insides are done as well. I may need to touch them up. There's a couple of little spots I may need to touch up, but they're pretty much done. I'm liking it so far. I think it looks good. I'm really curious to see what it's going to like with the metallizer on it. But I think they look good. I also just went ahead and sprayed the lug nut caps just flat black, just so they don't stick out so bad when they're in there. They'll kind of fade into the color there. And actually, I may do a top coat of metallizer after I put the wheels back on, and maybe it'll hit the top of those. But anyway, so far so good. I'm going to let them dry really well overnight, put a couple coats of metallizer on it in the morning, and mount them on the car and drive them. So I think that's about it for tonight. We'll pick this up in the morning and see how they turn out. All right, I think they're done. I may put more metallizer on it, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to put them on the car like they are. I can always touch it up or add some more on it on the car. It'd be easy to do. So I sprayed them with all their black coats last night. And then late last night I put one coat of metallizer on it. And this morning I put 2 on there. And it looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and install them on the car and see how they look. Aren't you glad to meet me? It's done. Hard to tell how it looks from this angle in the garage, but I like it. I did find that I had to, after I put the first one on, I found I had to take it back off, and I touched up the insides on all of them before I put them back on. There were some spots that I didn't think would show, but they do. So, and I think that's about the right amount of metallizer. I may try putting some more on later. The center caps, I may do some subdued ones, maybe instead of yellow, dark gray or black or something. I'm not sure yet. Or maybe I'll just mask it off with the green Lotus part in the middle and just spray the center cap, the yellow part, Plasti-Dip with metallizer. Not sure yet. So now I'm going to take it for a spin and see if I've got any performance increase. Just kidding. I know it's not going to be a performance increase. I'm just going to take it out and get it in a spot where I can get some good pictures and take a look at it. I also did the front lip spoiler a few days ago with just plain black metallizer. I'm also considering doing this part of the mirrors, black those out. I think that'd look cool. And the best thing about all of this is it's reversible. It's not paint, it's Plasti-Dip, so it can just be pulled off. I'm sure it won't be an easy job pulling it off. I don't think it'll be too difficult. But I mean, on the mirrors it'd be very easy. But yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm ready to go take it out and see what it looks like from a distance with a good angle and get some pictures in the sun. So